Hillary Ford, well, Hillary, we're watching global economies right now. And what kind of transpired over the last few days is that Trump raised tariffs on everybody. Other countries sold our bonds to cover the cost of the tariffs. Then it started to raise interest rates a little bit. Trump, and this is why, this is why I really trust the guy, because he was sitting there by the phone. I know on firsthand knowledge, he was sitting by the phone for 24 hours to see if this would happen. And when it did, he made the right calls, like in seconds.
Yes, he absolutely did. And over 70 countries capitulated and lowered their tariffs and wanted to talk to him. And I know 15 deals are in the making, and particularly when you have the EU, Ursula von der Leyen, when she talked about tariffs being taxes, it's the first time I've actually ever heard her be ever concerned about taxes, but the EU capitulated along with many other countries. And I would say this with regard to the national debt, what you were talking about was correct, Carl, but there's static calculations as well as dynamic. And don't forget now, with all the tax breaks and then with all the reshoring and with corporate tax rates going down, that will be very different for businesses. Businesses will do differently. They will invest here in the US. And one thing, when President Obama raised the corporate tax rate to 20%, 997 US companies decided to have their headquarters in Ireland because they lowered their corporate tax rate to 12%. That's another thing that this bill is going to do. It's going to make sure that US companies come back here and reshore, not just manufacture, but reshore, and that will help our economy, which will then in turn bring down the debt.
And the other thing, too, Hillary, throughout this whole thing, you know, everybody's looking, oh, Trump, 5 days of discomfort. And that, look, the stock market always comes back. The Dow is up thousands of percent since its inception. OK, it might be a dip, but after every single dip, there's like 100% increase rapidly. You know, I want to take a look at these numbers because since 1990, OK, this is the top exporter, U.S., we were the top exporter to 175 countries. China was only the top exporter to 8. And because of our weak-willed politicians, if you go down to 2024, that flipped. America was only a top exporter to 35 countries. And China now became a top exporter to 125.
Yes. And I will say one thing about this roller coaster, Carl. The only people that get hurt on a roller coaster ride are the people that try to jump off. And with regard to the billionaire issue and that quote there from The View, it's people like Jamie Dimon and all these billionaires are the ones that are actually complaining because they're hurting. It's actually hurting Wall Street more. And I think President Trump is bringing this back to Main Street. That's the issue. And also, the US has not actually run a trade surplus since 1975. For all of these years, we have been the world's piggy bank, and it's about time that stops now.
Yeah. I mean, this is the other thing, too, EJ, like, look, I dabble in the market. I'm not like by any means a mastermind of it. But Adam Schiff and other Democrats are saying that, oh, we need an insider trading investigation on Trump because he tweeted out, now's a great time to buy. I mean, look, I don't really think that that's insider trading. What is insider trading is, oh, I don't know, investing in NVIDIA, like a lot of congressmen did, and then pass the CHIPS Act.
Yeah, ironically, Carl, what Trump did was almost the opposite of insider trading, right? What all these congressmen are doing is essentially they get intelligence briefings or some other kind of insider information to which the rest of us are not privy, and then they act on that and will either buy or sell shares. Instead, Trump did exactly the opposite. He essentially shared the information with the American people without himself acting on it. So again, it's almost like the opposite of insider trading here.
Yeah, no, it's shocking to me.
There's even the app called Pupil where you can track Nancy Pelosi's trades because she makes millions.
There's an app called Autopilot where you can program and have your portfolio auto invest in whatever the top, congressmen are investing in. It's unbelievable. EJ and Tony, Hillary Ford, which we appreciate it.
Pleasure.